Welcome to the Windows Computer and Technology channel. And I think the biggest controversy that Windows 10 did bring to the Windows community was because of its data sharing with the telemetry and the fact that it really was a connected, the first real connected operating system for you needed the internet for almost everything that you were trying to use. The notion of Microsoft snooping and Microsoft maybe looking at our data or checking what we do or sending info to the government and all sorts of things like that, which is, in my opinion, a nonsense. They do have a lot of data, and that is true. But they're using it mostly for internal statistics, and it came with ads that could be showing up, and they add all of these new things that were advertising IDs, and it's like the biggest problem. I think, and the one that probably could have helped fix that image mostly is that when you went to the settings and you wanted to check your privacy stuff, the diagnostics and feedback was the most annoying for a lot of people. And what happened is you had the option of, they didn't call it like that first. They called it, there was a basic and there was a advanced, or I don't know why they called it at first before they changed, because the wording you see here, required diagnostics and optional diagnostics, is not the same words they were using when they introduced Windows 10. And what happens is that in Windows 10, they decided that it was, because Windows as a service was a thing, that also having the biggest amount of telemetry possible was a good idea, because they could monitor all the Windows operating systems out there and see what types of problems they have, and see, for example, one of the things that this does, when you guys wonder, why is it that I don't see this feature update coming? That's because the telemetry that they got from your machine tells them that your configuration doesn't work with the latest version of Windows. So, it's not just negative. There's good things about it. What probably was the biggest mistake that Microsoft had done here, and they haven't fixed that because Windows 11 has the same settings for diagnostics data. And by the way, no, Windows 11 does not snoop more than Windows 10. There's some fake news out there. A lot of people saying, well, Windows 11 even worse. No, it's not. It's not. Maybe it comes from the fact that because they're kind of pushing you to get a Microsoft account. But apart from the fact that, they're not. Even if you don't have a Microsoft account, by the way, data is sent. And so there's no change there. Now, I do think that whatever you think, whatever is your personal opinion on the data, the diagnostics, and all the stuff that's being sent here, I do think that they should have put a do not send button. And people that just don't want it, they would have turned it on. And what is the biggest problem here is that the majority of people don't play with their settings. So I remember reading a post saying, well, if they do that, put a do not send, everybody's going to go turn it off. And in reality, no. Yes, enthusiasts or people that know stuff might turn it off. People that play around with their Windows operating system will turn it off. The majority of people don't even know this is here. The majority of people don't even know there's diagnostics data being sent from Windows. And it would have stayed on. And that's it. So they changed the wording because they realized people were going a little crazy on this. They're trying to explain it better. You have these little links now that, get more info about these settings that bring you to web pages where they're going to explain to you what exactly is being sent and why they're taking data and so on. If you believe it or not, that's a different category. And we're not going to go there because that's not the purpose of this video. But this was the biggest controversy, I think, and it still continues to this day in Windows 11 with this data still being sent. And the refusal of Microsoft. And, you know, if you have people that are worried about the amount of data being sent and what they do with it, well, if you want to make people even more scared of what the data is going to be used for, just make sure you can't turn it off. I mean, if there was a switch to turn it off, of course there would have been a subset of users that would still be like, oh, that's a lie, it's still sending stuff. That's another category of people. If they just said, you know, don't send data, I don't want to, I think that would have changed a lot of people's opinion. And some people that don't like this would have said, well, at least we can turn it off, and I'm okay with that. Well, Microsoft obviously doesn't learn, and this is where they're not listening, definitely. But I think this is one of the biggest controversies in here. That with Cortana Assistant, that has to use the web. You don't have, you know, there's no choice. If you want to have an assistant, it has to use a cloud. And if you have one of those little assistants in your home, well, you'd be surprised at the amount of stuff that is stored and that it snoops on. And remember, they listen to you all the time because they're waiting for that special command to do stuff. So the controversy continues in Windows 11. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up. Thank you for watching.